Hi, my research was on diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and the effects that it has on humans as early as the fetus in the womb. During my research project, I've learned a lot. My dad was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes 15 years ago, so it wasn't something that I didn't know about. There was just some things that was kind of an eye-opener just with statistics in life and how many American people are actually diagnosed with type 2 diabetes every day and how they could prevent it, but a lot of people don't want to prevent it or don't understand how to prevent it. So during my research, I learned that women who have gestational diabetes are more than likely to give it to the unborn child, which I find very, very interesting. Number one being because if the woman has gestational diabetes, which I don't know a whole lot about, but if they did, is there anything that the doctor could have done earlier to prevent that? Maybe some guidance on eating habits. Most doctors just tell you can't, don't go gaining 25, 30 pounds while you're pregnant. But some women don't understand that or don't know how to not gain those pounds. The other thing that I learned in my research was young girls, adolescent girls, are more than likely to get type 2 diabetes just due to binge eating. So they go all day at school, having this figure, don't want anybody to know that they're eating, have to be up there with everybody else, and then they go home and they just binge eat, and then their sugars spike. Later on in life, they end up with type 2 diabetes. So that was very interesting to me as well. I did not know that. The other thing would be just the number of American people who have type 2 diabetes. In my research, I learned that over 100 million American people have diabetes or pre-diabetes, and I think that number is just outrageous. I think that it's over the top. I think that there's prevention for this. I think that more doctors could give better advice on it. There's a lot of people out there that they know what diabetes are, but they don't know what it does to them long term. They don't know that they can die from it. They don't know the lifestyle that they're going to witness. I mean, my dad didn't realize being a diabetic, he was going to have to give himself insulin every single day for the rest of his life. It's a terrible, terrible thing to have to go through. It's very expensive. It's something that you just don't want to have to go through. So I think more knowledge on diabetes and how to prevent it, or even just learning more about it in schools, teaching children at a young age how to prevent it, eating healthier, exercising. In my research, I learned that adults who have type 2 diabetes, they don't want to change their eating habits or their physical activities. They just want to go day to day the way that they are. And my dad does that. He doesn't want to go out and exercise, and he doesn't want to change his eating habits at his age. He just wants to take his insulin and his medicine and hope for the best. I think that my number one question for my research would be why there's not more, why aren't we out there helping prevent it? Meaning, why are we not out there giving more knowledge on it or teaching the children at the schools the importance of eating healthy and exercise? And obesity is huge in the United States right now. So many Americans are obese. Doesn't make them any different than anybody else. It doesn't make them more prone to diabetes. I mean, my sister, she's pretty big and she's never had diabetes. So I just think that knowledge on diabetes should be out there. And I think that if we knew more about it, or if we knew how to prevent it, then the statistics would go down. I think that medicine is just so expensive nowadays, and a lot of people can't even afford groceries, let alone medicine to help with diabetes. So I think that if there's anything out there that anybody could do, it would be to help give knowledge about obesity and diabetes and how to prevent all of that at a young age. I don't really have any more questions in regards to my research project. I enjoyed my research project. I did learn a lot. Like I said, statistically, I learned a lot. The American people, we have to do something about it before we see a huge epidemic. It's a growing disease, and I hope that eventually we can get it under control. Thanks.